What's up, crypto fam? Welcome back to another Bitcoin Top 10 past 24 hours. As always, links will be in the description. And if you do enjoy this content, we upload 4 or 5 videos a week, so consider subscribing. And with that, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Number 10. Argentina set to launch Bitcoin ETF 360 Crypto World. So it's a 360cryptoworld.com article there. Number 9, living under inflation or hyperinflation reality. We got a story here. Greetings, my Bitcoin friends. I don't know where most of you come from, so please allow me to assume that most of you come from developed countries where inflation has not been a problem, at least for the last 50 years. Since March 2020, the world is facing the COVID-19 pandemic, and one of the most evident symptoms of consequences of it is the disruption of supply and production chains all around the world, the acceleration of quantitative easing, and for last but not least, inflation. Inflation is a direct consequence of the endless money printing frenzy from the governments, and I have to tell you guys, living with it is hard. I was born and raised in Brazil back in the 1980s. We suffered from hyperinflation, and sometimes we had monthly inflation of over 80% in 1990. Believe me or not, I have serious problems with inflation, and this is a childhood trauma I have. My parents have always been hardworking people, and since I was born until the creation of the Brazilian real, the current national currency, and the new economic plan that allegedly stabilized the economy, even though since 1994 the BRL lost over 90% of its purchasing power due to, guess what, inflation, and this year alone we lost 40% face value against the USD. I saw my parents lose our house, the cars, and we literally became a lower middle class because of inflation. Of course, I know many people around the world faced and still face much worse living conditions. However, the main point here is to warn you all the dangers inflation and hyperinflation bring. Fortunately, we have Bitcoin and other cryptos to protect us from the government, from the depreciation of fiat currency, and to unshackle us from the monetary prison. Here's to Bitcoin. Here, here. Number 8. We got, for anyone that doesn't feel like reading it, I narrated the Bitcoin Whitepaper for you. So we got a 17-minute video of this guy on YouTube that's going ahead and reading the whole Bitcoin Whitepaper. We'll go ahead and get a little segment here. So if anybody does want to check it out, links are in the description.
If two nodes broadcast different versions of the next block simultaneously, some nodes may receive one or the other first. In that case, they work on the first one they received, but save the other branch in case it becomes longer.
All right. Number 7, we should not just stay in our own bubble. Engage with nocoiners. There is an article in R Technology that made it to r/all. Bitcoin is largely controlled by a small group of investors and miners, study finds. Now, every time Bitcoin or crypto is mentioned in another sub, it feels like there are no proponents of Bitcoin, even though depending on the geography and the study, around or up to 20% of people hold Bitcoin or are planning to acquire it. We are a sub with a few million members, and r/cc is a sub with a few million members, but as soon as someone cross-posts an article like this, the post is getting downvoted as FUD. While it may be FUD, such cross-posts are still relevant. The point is that we need to engage with other communities, nocoiners, in order to get heard. It is very frustrating to see what uneducated comments are getting thousands of upvotes on our technology, almost without any crypto enthusiasts trying to give context or educate. We cannot just stay in our own bubble and be our own echo chamber. We need to engage. So that's a good post right there. Number 6, we got, when people say read the Bitcoin Whitepaper, I've taken all lower division college math classes. That's all the calc as well as DE and linear algebra. I've also taken a ton of comp sci classes. I have no idea what the technical parts of Whitepaper are saying. I get the concepts, but I don't understand how it works from a technical standpoint. I'm a big fan of Bitcoin because of scarcity. The other stuff I kind of abstract from. But when people say, oh, just read the white paper, it's funny to me because my coworkers who have degrees in CS can't make much more of than I can. I'm not saying the white paper is wrong. It's just funny to me when people yell on the internet, read the white paper. I bet most people don't understand it. It's a highly technical paper. Okay, cue the hate and the nerds quoting parts of this. To be clear, I love Bitcoin. This is a long-winded way of saying the white paper is technically difficult paper to get through, and reading the white paper is a giant turnoff to most. The end. All right. Number 5. Tesla tells SEC they may return to accept Bitcoin as means of payment. Got TLDR bot here. Electric car maker Tesla may once again accept cryptocurrency as a means of payment. The information was provided by the company in a report sent to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on earnings and movements for their third party of 2021. Tesla showed that between the first day of 2021 and September 30th, it purchased and received 1.5 billion in Bitcoin. That's not a small amount. Number 4. What is a life-changing amount of money for you? Since we are all from all over the world, I want to know how much you need to actually change your life. I'm from the most expensive city on earth, Zurich, Switzerland. I need at least 500,000 Swiss francs, 600k USD, to buy a house with 20% down. Median house price in Zurich is 3.2 million. Really life-changing for me would be 1 million plus. So that's pretty crazy to think about. Like, I mean, then you got this comment. I'm from a third world country where $7,000 is an average salary for a year. Crypto will change many lives. Yeah. And then this guy, Venezuela, the minimum wage a year is $36. And no, he's not kidding. Yeah, it's nuts. Alright, where are we at? Number 3. Mainstream Reddit is so far behind, millions of people being misinformed by front page subreddits every day. And it's just a post our technology, so they're just talking about that post that we were just talking about earlier. Number 2, who actually bought the dip 4 months ago when Bitcoin crashed from 64k to 30k? Ask yourself, did you buy it? If you can't handle Bitcoin dropping 50%, you don't deserve the hundreds of percent gains it gives you. Facts. Number 1. Whale from 2010 transfers 50 Bitcoin or $3 million after holding for 11 years. Congrats, buddy, whoever you are. That's so crazy to think about, like, because, like, it was probably, like, $3 back then. Yeah, like, Bitcoin was just, like, pocket change back then. You could buy a Bitcoin and, like, this dude got, like, 1,000,000% like gains. That's crazy. Anyway, that's it for the Bitcoin top 10 past 24 hours. As always, everything's down below. Peace, love, and HODL.